Hey guys, hey, welcome back to my channel. It's Mousy, the ultimate SL clout chaser, and I just wanted to come here and run my mouth a little bit. I just wanted to sit here and talk to you guys about what I've learned as a SL creator and a newbie, albeit a newbie. I feel like I've kind of been at it for a year. I'm like so proud of myself, you guys, but I've been at it for a year, and I wanted to talk to you about what I learned about myself and the process of events, some of the pitfalls or my trial and error experiences, and I have like 7 things I want to talk to you about. And I'm also going to combine it with the 65 Linden's not yeah the grab sale. It used to be called the 65 Linden sale, but now it's called the grab sale, so I kind of wanted to talk to you guys about the grab sale as well. Okay, so let's talk for a bit, guys. I do have like a little mini script up that I kind of got together with ChatGPT, so I just want to just have something to rely on. I'm a little bit nervous to talk about this because I do feel like I'm not like a total expert because I haven't been at this for years and years and years. I have polished myself in certain areas, but I'm not like an expert. So this is coming from like an early stages newbie creator, okay, guys? So please keep that in mind. Okay, so first of all, how are you guys doing? Happy Sunday or Junior Monday, as I like to call it. I call Thursdays Junior Fridays as well, Friday Junior. And I said that in one of my groups in Instagram, and someone was like, you made me check my calendar. I hope you guys are doing well. I'm doing great. I relaxed a lot more than I intended to this weekend, but everything's been pretty good overall. I can't complain. With life, there's highs and lows. But I'm pretty neutral. I guess that's what I want to say. Let me know down below how you guys are doing. And not only that, just please weigh in. I look forward to hearing from you guys. I definitely want to know what you think and what's going on. So before we jump into what they don't tell you about the creator world, I just want to tell you a little bit about my experience. So here's my experience. You guys know me as being a SL YouTuber, and I cover events, and I used to do very informative how-to videos and mostly makeover tutorial videos. And that's where my experience mostly lies. And then I ended up doing some events. My second event was Gotta Getcha Gotcha, and then in a previous SL life, I had an event with the ex-partner that it was like a men's event, which was relatively successful. I was only a part of the first round though, but Gotta Getcha Gotcha, I think I ran it for a couple months, so I have some experience on running events as well, and I would say that was a somewhat successful as well, but more or less based on the popularity of my channel versus the popularity of the event, like just growing it from the ground up. So let's talk about my experience as a creator. So as you guys know, I started dating Mac about a year and a half ago, and he was in IMVU, and he was like a pro creator there. And so he started creating, he's always tinkering and doing things in SL. And I was like kind of inspired, and he'd show me how to like get full perm stuff on Marketplace and try to create items with it. And then it's grown from there. And I would create like maybe deco items and then get a scripter, and I created some scripted items, and I got full perm clothing, and I textured them for holidays and things like that. And I sold, and I mostly sold my stuff at the 65 Linden sale. And at this point, I've been at the 65 Linden sale for about a year. It's now called the grab sale because the prices have increased, and I think it's between 65 and 99 Linden now. And there are prices in between, obviously, and the fat packs are higher, right? And my work has improved a lot. Like the way I set up my booths have improved, my ads have improved. Am I like equal 10 level? I probably definitely wouldn't say that. I say that some of my products are definitely comparable because now they're all original mesh. They're mostly scripted and interactive. Like I'll show you guys my roach system after this. And I'll put because that's done. I'm about to either put that straight to Marketplace, or I'm gonna wait to see if I get into the grand event this round, and I'll put it out in the grand, and I'll wait to show it. So maybe I'll wait, but I'll give you guys, because it's like pretty much done, so I'll show you guys that as well if I remember, and then we'll go to the grab sale. And I'm sorry if I'm rambling a little bit, if it seems slightly unorganized, but I say this to say my products have improved. I'm now creating products that are interactive. I have a really good person, Saucita, Saucy Two Eyes, SAUCII.TA. She's an amazing mesher. She sells tons of pre-made meshes. And if you're not good at kind of telling a mesher what you want and having them create it from scratch, what they will do is you could just buy pre-made templates. So I buy a lot of pre-mades, and she also textures and she rigs. So it just makes it really easy, but they're really, really beautiful clothing items and people seem to really like them. And you guys know I've done things like birds, interactive throwable purses, the exterminating system we just talked about. I've done so many things, guys, like decor items. I recently had like a drug shipment package with, and like these boxes like D Hell instead of DHL, or FedEx with an X, and you know, just playing on the name so you're not getting into copyright infringement. And it has like, you know, Coke bricks in it, a phone, a burner phone, maybe a gun, a radio, things like that. And people seem to really love it for urban roleplay sims and things like that. And they have a mailbox, and you know, it looks like it just got dropped off, and it's doing very well at the Grand. Like, people seem to like that. And I've done like sexy dresses, casual clothes, and I'm just trying to think of other decor items that I've done. Guys, it's been a year that I've been at this, and because I cover the 65 Linden sale, or the grab sale that it's now called, at first I was paying for my booths, and then I got a free booth in exchange for advertising. And honestly, that was one of the best things that ever happened to me, because it pushed me to keep creating stuff. And because I didn't have a store, I would buy my extra booths. If there were booths left over, I would buy extra booths, and then I started creating games and different things. So I say this to say that being in that event gave me a lot of experience. When I first started making a booth, it took me like 2 hours, guys, to make a booth, and now I could set up a booth in like 5 minutes. If I just have an idea and I just kind of know what to do, and it looks relatively like professional. Like, and a lot of people pay to get their booths done, but it looks really good. It's not like Uber level or equal 10, but because I'm not a professional booth designer, you know, but like, I think that girl Toxic Rihanna, I don't know if she designs booth, but she creates meshes and stuff. But you know, for someone doing it themselves, it's not shabby, it's not bad. And I'll show you guys, and some of you guys have already seen it. So this video is like a no fluff, no filter guide to surviving the SL creator streets. And this is from a newbie point of view, right? What I'm going to talk about is like surviving unreliable scripters, the politics behind events. And I'm just going to spill the truth on what it really takes to build a Second Life business as far as creating. And if you ever felt overlooked, overworked, or straight up confused about how to get into this stuff, like, this is a video that you want to be a part of. And this is kind of what you want to hear. So I'm just checking the time. So that was a 7 minutes it took me to get into that. So I'm just checking the time to say. So number one, unreliable scripters, riggers, or meshers. The first thing I want to start with is scripters. Now, if you have no experience hiring a scripter, let me give you the tea and tell you how to do that. So basically what you're going to do is you're going to go to the scripter groups like Scripter for Hires and different places like that. You're going to have a note card ready. And I'm going to give you an example. Let's say that I wanted to create a dog bowl anytime a dog, which I already have made, by the way, or anytime someone touched the bowl. Anytime someone touched the bowl, like an Animesh dog would walk over to the script bowl, eat the food, and the food would fly out of the bowl. I'm just making something up, right? So you want to have a note card, and you want to have all the meshes, the dog, the bowl, the food, the kibble bits, and you want to explain step by step how you expect this item to work. And you kind of want to lay it out, like, the dog I touch my dog, the dog walks to the bowl, you know, and the bowl has to be within a 3 to 5 meter radius. The dog eats the food, and after 5 seconds, food starts to fill up, and maybe the dog has a HUD, or maybe the dog doesn't have a HUD. Once the dog eats the food, the dog looks up, wags its tail, and gives you a cute puppy dog look, and you know, whatever it is that you want, and you outline in detail. You go to your groups like Scripter for Hire, and then you tell the scripter you need a scripter for a job, and you describe the job very, very briefly in the group. And then you ask someone to contact you if they're interested. They will contact you. Once they contact you, you send them the note card. You guys can negotiate the price. Some scripters charge by the job. Some scripters charge by the hour. Some scripters charge like incrementally as certain parts of the job are done, right? So once all that happens, and so your question would be, how do I know I'm getting a good scripter? How am I going to interview a scripter? It's like how you interview for anyone else, right? You're not an expert at roof repair, but you kind of do your research and ask around. Um, who do people recommend? What questions would you ask? And what's the general price that you should be paying, right? So you want to interview a couple scripters just so you compare prices, things like that. So you want to know that a scripter has done the work that you're requesting before. This job that I just described has a certain level of intensity because it's multiple stages, right? Or complexity, I should say, because it's multiple stages. So once you find someone who's like, yeah, well, I created, I don't know, a lawn care system, or I created a roof repair system, or I created a moving truck where you could pick up boxes, you put it in the back of the truck, you load it, you wipe your brow, whatever it is. You ask them about it, like how much did it cost, how long did it take, were there kinks that needed to be worked out? You kind of, and then you have to let your intuition guide you a little bit as well as your common sense, right? And if you're not sure, you want to ask and compare the answers that other scripters give you, and then pick the person that seems to understand the most, who seems to be the most competent, and also get their references. But is that going to be a guarantee that the job is going to come out perfectly? No. Like, I've had yes and no. It will protect you a lot and kind of reduce the chances of a mishap, but there can always be something that goes wrong, like a bug that's really hard to fix and it costs a lot more money than you expected to execute the job. So maybe you want to ask questions about, hey, I have a bug in this. If we end up with a bug, how do we discuss this together? I feel like, okay, guys, I feel like scripting could actually be a whole video on itself. So just please keep in mind, this is a very, very, very brief overview. And if you have questions, leave it in the comment below. I'll try to answer to the best of my ability. So you want to anticipate problems in advance and maybe ask, if there is a situation where you've gotten paid and a job is done and I have an issue, can I come back to you? If I can come back to you, how many times? I think standard, maybe 2 times you could go back to a scripter and they could fix something. But more often than not, you want to work out the bugs before you finally complete a job. And I've advised you in a previous video before, pay half when the job starts, pay half when it's done. Some people will insist at getting paid 100% in full. That's up to you to decide if you feel comfortable doing that based on the information that you receive and how strongly you feel about going with the scripter. But that's kind of where I am at with that. You want to make sure that not only is the person talented, but they follow through. That's why you want to check the references. You want to make sure they haven't ghosted previous clients. They don't have a reputation for overcharging. And then communication is always important. I've worked with some scripters where you've asked them to do 3 things on the list, and all of a sudden the job takes really long because they've assigned themselves additional tasks, 4, 5, and 6. And when you see that, and you know what? I don't want to say that this is uncommon in any type of working environment, period, because let's think about it. If you're at work, people work different ways. Like, some people's just like, I want to make sure I have a really good foundation and make sure that things are done right. And so maybe that's why they're doing the extra work, but they have to give you the option of whether or not you want a good foundation. You might be happy with the foundation you have if they're working on a previously existing product. And then there are some scripters where maybe English is not their first language. So to have a note card is really important, and to have a detailed note card is important. So what you want to do is, especially if you're working with someone for the first time, you want to have a detailed note card. You want to review it with them, like have a meeting, TP them to your platform, have a meeting with them, have them go through the note card step by step, make sure that they understand everything, because I've run into situations with riggers, meshers, animators where maybe they didn't understand something wasn't explained right, enough information wasn't provided, and then you're at a kind of having a Mexican standoff where you don't want to pay extra and the person doesn't want to fix it. So these are some things that you have to these are some things that you have to think about and do. Make sure that you are interviewing multiple scripters, riggers, meshers, whatever it is, right? You're going to get references. You're going to have a detailed note card. You're going to have a meeting to meet with the scripter. And you're going to also understand how you interact with the scripter depends on the personality. Like everything is going to be unique between the dynamic between you and the scripter. Like I've worked well with 3 or 4 scripters, but I had an incident with one scripter where I created a hangover HUD, and it's just like the scripter was talented and they could do the work, but it was just sloppy. Like, you understand what I'm saying? Like, for example, like if I wanted eye drops to go in the eye drops weren't going directly to the eye, it was splashing on the face, or things weren't fitted to the hands properly, or it's just like, it was just things that like, and people say that I'm a perfectionist. I don't think that I'm necessarily a perfectionist. I just think that if you're going to execute it, you just got to pay attention to some of these details. And so I think low key, the scripter really hated me. And when she was holding her tongue a lot. Like I've worked with scripters where I've given feedback and I said, you know, I just want this to look this way or that way. And they were cool. They just fixed it. And then they kind of understood my personality and what I was looking for. And then they just moved forward with the job at different stages the way that I kind of explained it to them. However, with this particular scripter, I don't know, she felt like kind of insulted, even though I was saying in a really polite way. So she waited until she got paid and she basically cussed me out. And then after I got the HUD, I realized like stage 4 of it wasn't working. It was working at the time that I test. That was another thing. She didn't want to give me the items to test. So the scripter doesn't need to give you items that are full perm to test because you haven't paid for the full job, but you've paid for half of it. So they should give you, like, if you've ordered a HUD that is non-modifiable and non-transferable, you know, so that you could test it from soup to nuts and know that it actually works. So there was a lot of issues with the scripter. Like, I don't think that she was particularly a people person. She didn't want to give me the HUD to test, and she just wanted to showcase it for me. And I was like, no, I need to understand how it works. I need to have the user experience to determine whether or not this is what I really want. So we were kind of bumping heads at every point. And then she cussed me out. And then it was time when the item didn't work, I tried to contact her and she ghosted me. And I actually had to get Linden Labs involved because, and another thing was that she'd overcharged big time for it. And that's why I'm telling you guys to make sure you interview multiple scripters and you get references, and you also compare your prices like you would a TV or anything like that. Then I've had other experiences where I had multiple jobs done with the scripter. And then one last job that I had, the scripter, maybe it was a little too complicated for them, and they skipped a step that was requested in the job and then did another step, which wasn't what I asked. And then when I asked to fix it, the person was like non-responsive. But meanwhile, they were responsive the whole time. And what I think it is, to be a programmer in SL, it does require a high level of skill. But not only does it require a high level of skill, they're not getting paid as much as they would in real life. Guys, let me lower the sounds, like with the dogs and stuff. Hold on a second. Hold on one second. And I'm on F1 just to make it easier. So let me just lower the sounds. Give me a second. And then I'll F1 again to change the screen, because these dogs are noisy. Okay, there we go. So what was I saying? So I kind of gave you guys the tips and trips when dealing with a scripter. Would I recommend all of these scripters, even the ones I gave you reviews about that weren't too positive? Yes, because their dynamic with you may not be, with me may not be their dynamic with you. Like, people have different chemistry together and they're able to work differently together. So I will say that almost all of them executed the jobs at one point or another to my satisfaction. But I just wanted to let you know, like, some of the pitfalls and challenges that you guys could have with dealing with scripters. But I've had a lot more positive experiences than negatives. And I would say 90% of my jobs go off without a flaw if you follow those steps that I just outlined before, like I said. And so let me recap. And I'm sorry I spent so long on this one topic, but let me just recap briefly. detail note card, guys. Even if you think it's things that it's just additional information, put it in there, and then have ChatGPT, Grammarly or something like that correct the grammar and structure so that it reads well, especially if you're working with a scripter who may not speak the same language as you. Ask them if they've done jobs at your scale. Like if you're doing a simple job like a perfume bottle that needs to spray and put text and logo, that's something almost anybody could do, like, you know. But if it's like a job that requires several levels to it, then you need a good scripter. I had an amazing scripter, Mac and I, who helped him with the crack cooking stove, but she was, you know, booked and busy for almost a year with like major creators like Zuby and things like that, and it was hard to get her. I did get her for the exterminating system, but it's hard to have a good scripter. So once you have a good scripter, you better lock them in and hold on to them, guys. So that's one piece of advice. Meshes, you could get full perm meshes on the marketplace. You just have to scour a little bit, and it's kind of fun. You find interesting things on marketplace. The only advice I would give you is to make sure you texture it. I have a texturer. His name is Gray Lasagna, and also Mac textures things as well. So a lot of times I get it done for free. But you can also get references and look on Instagram for textures. For animators, I have Davis, has a drug. He does a lot of the drug animations and other animations that we needed, and also Besticle, who's made buildings for me. And if you guys want any of these names or links, I could definitely put it down below or respond to you in the comments with that. And then meshers, now I have Saucy. I told you her name on Instagram. She meshes mainly clothes for me. And my son had, I think, this girl named Swifty who does meshes for him. And also you could use Meshy for AI. For riggers, I have 2 riggers, like Saucy Rigs, and also there's this guy, Blue the Goat. He's part of the McLaughlin family. He's actually rigging for my son right now these little Yachty inspired Concrete Boy shoes, sneakers that people are going crazy for right now. So he's rigging for him as well. So you need a team. So it's important for you to cultivate a team. If you guys are interested in this part that I'm talking about, number 1, make sure that just tell me in the notes section, and I'll do a video and I'll organize it and script it out. So, and just ask me questions so I can answer all of your questions that you guys might have about like getting a team and prices and how much it costs. I can tell you how to do it a very cost-effective way, and or how to do it quality. Like, not to say it's not going to be quality, but if you just have less control over the quality when you're using pre-made meshes and things. You have to kind of work with what you have, versus if you want everything, you want to go custom every way and get your dream product, then that's something different, and that's going to be a little bit more expensive. So I just wanted to talk about that. These are things no one tells you about being a creator, that you really have to invest in a team, not initially starting off, but eventually, in order to get to the level and the quality that you desire, you do have to invest in a team. Okay, let's move on, because I spent like 20 minutes here. Marketplace madness. So there are people who will like review bomb your items. There are people who would look and copy your products. There are customers who will cuss you out just because of your permissions. Like one lady cussed me out because I had like this delivery bag, like a grocery delivery bag. It was a deco item and it wasn't modifiable, and she didn't like the size of it. And all she had to do was ask me to change the permission to make it modifiable, which many people have done, and I would have just done it for her. And also there's this marketplace madness is like, you want to stay visible and be able to promote yourself, and I don't think anyone tells you that the best way to do that is like you have to pay for the ads, guys. And I'm gonna go on to marketplace just to show you. I'm gonna get out of this full screen mode because I want to show you this, because I think this is important. So let me show this to you guys. So let's go to marketplace, and I'm just going to minimize this while it loads. And basically what I want to, and hopefully I'm already logged in, because then I want to show you this, guys. Basically, once you create a marketplace listing, it's going to be very, very important that you like buy an ad for yourself. It gives you 7 days visibility on the feature page. Let's see if it's up now. Okay, so you see where it says featured items here? Like, that costs, am I logged in? Good, I'm logged in. All right, so let's go to my marketplace, my store, and I'm just gonna go to one of my items. So guys, if you ever wanted to shop my items, you guys know I sell gotchas, right? So these are gotchas, 2,762. Just go to the filters and then deselect gotchas, or just click on, like, say home and garden, right? You'll see all my home and garden items, like my laundry and stuff like that. So I'm gonna go to Karma's Laundry Day Softener Bundle. I'll just go here, and I was just selling like common softeners, like 3 of them, right? Instead of Gain, Rain, Down, Downy, and Suavitella, like I just changed the names a little bit, right? And it's copy and modify. I did let that become copy and modify, and I'm just gonna go to the review item section. If you go to the review item section, unlimited, and I put I think I put a slurl because it's in my store as well. I think it's in my store. And okay, this one doesn't have it. I might have put it on another ad, but listing enhancement, it says feature this item on the home page, right? So I could pay $7.99 every 7 days, and or maybe expired, to feature this item. And when I was paying for that, or on the receipt page, or on Zero Linden checkout page, I haven't had much success with this, but featuring on the category landing page, I do like this. I'm gonna do it, but not for the softener. I think it might make more sense for me to do this for the laundry detergent, right? And then people could buy the bundles. So I'm basically selling laundry detergent, softener, laundry day pocket clutter items, and folded and dirty clothes. Okay, so we could go here, and I'm gonna check to see if I have a listing on this one. I might. Oh, it must have. Okay, so we're gonna feature this on the category landing page, and let's see what I have it in home garden decor, but let's see if I could do better. So I'll choose a category, and I'm gonna say home. Okay. It's like decor, really, right? Decor. Should I call it decor or cleaning or something? Maybe cleaning. Let's try that. Let's see what comes up there. Clean. If anything does. If not, then we'll try decor. So these are exterior decors. Let's just do this section, home decor, right? And then let's just put it every 7 days. Let's see how it does. It's charging me right now. And then once it's done charging, it'll say take $3.59 out of my money, and I'll just update this. Can I update it now? Okay, I can't do anything right now. Okay, so we'll just leave that there, and it's kind of important to do that because it helps with your sales. So marketplace listings are not as free as you think, because there's so many items on marketplace. Like, it would just be really easy for you to get lost in marketplace. So that's something that they don't tell creators. Like, maybe when you list your marketplace listings, just let them know, please contact me if there's any issues, or please contact me before leaving reviews. I see a lot of creators do that. You want to just make sure that you are advertising your products, and I think that's just about it. You just want to be visible. Just think carefully about your permissions, and let customers know that you can be reached if they need any customizations of any kind. Okay. So that's number 2. Number 3, shady collabs or sneaky creators. Let's collab sometimes means I want to steal your ideas. And this goes back to measuring. So I was on Instagram, and on the notes section of Instagram, somebody had put up, and it was a person who had a store open for custom meshes. So I got excited because the people that I rely on for custom meshes, like Besticle, for example, this is what happens with Besticle, because he's such a well-known and really good mesher and animator. He gets booked up, and if he takes like 7 or 8 jobs, he won't take any more jobs anymore. He closes his customs, and then when he closes his customs, it's kind of hard to get to him again until he opens it. It may not be open for another 30, 45, or 60 days, right? So I got excited, and I was like, ooh, maybe I don't have to wait that long. I can just let me see if I could update this, guys. Oh, it's done. All right, so I could update. So let me just go here. So I was like, I might not have to wait that long. Let me see if I could get another mesher on the team like that I can use for meshing, right? So I try to go I'm excited. I kind of somewhat know of this creator. I don't want to say the person's name because I don't want people to get confused and think that this person tried to scam me and they didn't. And I kind of blocked for this person before on Instagram and promoted a product that I really enjoyed, and it was cheap. It was like 99 Linden. So anyways, I say, hey, what's up? Can you mesh for me? And this is what I'm looking for. I want to enhance this product. Yes. And they gave me a price that was really good. It was like too good to be true, and I should have known it. But then I didn't feel comfortable with the price that was given to me. So I went back to like our old conversation logs and just to look at the pages and things like that. And I realized, hey, these are two separate pages. So I hit up the person, the owner or creator that I usually speak to, and I was like, is this your page? Are you selling meshes? And the person didn't respond because it was late at night. Maybe they were busy. And so I went to the page where I was like about to make this. Oh, you know what tipped me off? Let me tell you what tipped me off. So I'm going to pay, and it's like a page in world, because I love to pay in world. I don't like to do Cash App or PayPal or any of that stuff, because if something happens, I want it in writing. I want note cards and things that Linden Labs could get involved if possible, right? So I went to pay them in world, and it was like a profile of this like stripper or something. It had nothing to do with the creator and their brand or their store. And that's what alerted to me to an issue. And then I said, hey, is this your page? And I said, and the person's like, I didn't get the money. Did you send me the money? I was like, no, because this is not the page that I've had a conversation with, and I don't know who you're asking me to send money to. It's not even the same name. It's not the store brand. I'm really confused about this. And they try to say that they were Instagram banned, but long story short, I didn't do it. So you just got to be careful, and maybe it's going to be the same situation and the same steps of how you vet a scripter. You got to vet a mesher as well. Okay, and you just want to make sure that the person's on the up and up. And so the person's response to me canceling the job, which was, I'm just going to steal your job, your idea, and make it on my own since you don't want to pay me. And I was like, well, that just proves I wasn't hiring the right person, doesn't it? Right? And I just laughed it off. And of course they didn't do it because scammers are lazy. So that's the whole point. That's why they're scamming. And another thing, collabs. If you're doing collabs with people, like let's say, for example, because you can only have one marketplace, right? But let's say you have two different stores, rares and spares, and then store A, and spares and rares store B. I'm just using my store as example. And if we collabed on an item and we put it on marketplace, and the distribution is supposed to be 50-50 to each owner, I've been in situations where I was cut out of percentages with people I was close to and actually cared about, and that shit hurt me to the fucking core. Like, I can't explain to you the level of betrayal and what I felt about that, right? So what I would suggest, and my friend Sky suggested this to me, she said, if this ever you go into a collab situation with somebody, especially in a new product, and you guys are both new and don't have a store established, create an alt marketplace listing, but then it wouldn't be in either one of our stores. Like, create a store for it specifically for that item. You can go that route, or you can post it to either person's page and request reports. I wasn't requesting reports. I was just assuming that I would just get paid. And it was an item that I did invest a lot of time and money in, and I didn't really get paid for it at all. Like, I didn't get paid like that for it, for months and months and months. And like, I'm sorry guys, sorry about the ambulance, prayers up to whoever needs it. And only after, long arduous conversations and confrontations did I get paid like a lump sum of money, but the damage was already done, and this damage still lingers, and it's still there, and it creates a trust issue, right? But what happened was like so first of all, it was like hard for me to get on the percentage distribution because it wasn't negotiated beforehand, and the percentage that I felt was being offered was definitely not fair. And it took months and months to negotiate that, and by the time it got negotiated, the hype of the item had died down, and I did not get paid like at the hype of at the onset of the product. And you're in SL, like, people are excited about things and then they throw it in their inventory, right? So and And then when I finally got added onto the percentage, there was like a disagreement about something, and I was taken off secretly without being notified. That I can't even tell you what that did to me. Like, that really hurt me a lot. I can't even express to you guys how I felt about that, but I think that you guys could imagine. If you are in, if you're watching this and you have any similar stories or advice or anything like that you want to share, because I know a lot of you guys have been SL for like 12 years, 14 years, 16 years, 4 years, and have kind of lived multiple lives in SL, please feel free to share below. Even if it's not really related to like creating items, maybe it's related to open businesses like clubs and things like that, or anything like that, just please let me know. Okay, so that's what I want to talk. So always clarify the roles, clarify credits, distributions, percentages, ownership, like write everything out like you would write out a contract. Okay, number 4, burnout is real, guys. It's okay to take breaks. It's kind of crazy for me to say this, but because I have to give you conflicting advice here. So number 4 is this: you're only as good as the last item you dropped, and you kind of got to keep the momentum. Like, you can't put out something every 3-6 months. It doesn't work like that. And often you see a lot of creators in the event grind where they're in 3 or 4 events, and before you know it, they look up, 3 weeks have passed, and they have to start preparing for a new event, packaging, instructing animators, scripters, meshers, riggers, whatever, and then they got to texture and box all these things up, create ads, create a booth, and they're doing it for 4 or 5 events, and that is exhausting. But it is a way to grow your business. For people who create makeup, I don't even know how they're making money, right? Because the value on makeup is so low. I'm just using a product like that. Like, let's say it's 199, 299 lindens, and it's just for all the work. And if you pay for an event is 1,000, that's on the cheap side, or 2,500. And some events are like 4,500, 7,000 lindens. It would be really hard for you to make your money back. And then if you're grinding out to be in so many events, that could just be a road to insanity, right? So what I would suggest on the onset of your business, think about very carefully what you want to release. Like, as you're learning, like when I was learning and creating full perm mesh, using full perm mesh items to create like get into the money decor packs, like clutter items and stuff like that, that was okay because my investment was low, but also I was charging 65 linden, right? But as I start to invest more in like custom meshes and rigs and things like that, because my prior products didn't need rigging, I was just doing it on my own, and it was coming out pretty nice, like, because it was decor items. But as you start investing your time in customs, you want to charge top dollar, and because you want to be able to make your money back that you invested in events. You want to pay yourself for your time, and you want this to be worth it. And in order to grow your name and get yourself out there, can you do it with straight to marketplace releases? Yeah, but I think I was successful in doing that because I had like a YouTube channel and stuff, right? But you have to have a following. If you have a following on Instagram or Facebook or something, you should definitely be growing your following or print feed and marketing to your following. And if they love and support you, they will love and support you in all areas, as life and their budget allows. But also that will help you get into events. And that's where you could really make a name for yourself. But I just want to advise you to pace yourself. Unless you're like me and you like to work and you like to be busy, then that's a different thing. But just, be selective in what events you're choosing, because this is the thing. Okay, I'm going to save that for number 7, because we're going to talk about events a little bit in more depth, and it's going to be 2 parts. But I just want to say it's okay to take breaks. The hustle culture can be a little bit toxic. So your creativity does need rest and space to breathe, right? And you're not a machine, you're a masterpiece. So I just remind you to take breaks, and because that will help you sustain longevity, if that makes sense. Yeah. So that's what I'm trying to say. So there's a delicate balance of making sure that you're releasing items consistently so your brand doesn't become forgotten to everyone, but at the same time you also want to rest and relax. Like, I have a real life vacation coming up to Paris in August, and I desperately need it from real life and SL. And also taking SL breaks, or just hanging out with your SL family, or going SL dancing, or just having a firm cutoff time. 6 o'clock, I'm not working. That's a good idea. Okay. So number 5, your energy is valuable and your time is currency. So what do I mean by that? And that leads to I'm kind of piggybacking off of number 4, it's okay to take breaks. But I also want you to honor and respect yourself. You deserve peace without apology. So all of these kind of things that I've just discussed prior can cause a lot of confusion, a lot of drama, a lot of walking down trauma lane over and over again, discussing things that happened that didn't work out in your favor. If it's not going to matter in 5 years, don't give it 5 minutes. Like, I try to remind myself that all the time, right? So a lot of things I let roll off my shoulders. I don't give a lot of, because I'm not, like, when I was in my 20s, I would give energy to everything and just be like, and no, that person, da 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 da, why did that happen? I'm not sure. I would never do that to anybody, blah, 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 blah. And I would just be chattering on and on and on about things that happened, and then just marring myself in that sort of energy. No, at my big age now, like, I just understand my boundaries, and I do understand what I should be giving energy to. Energy is currency, and my time is valuable. So I don't have time to be rehashing something that happened with a scripter that I ultimately could resolve in a week or 2 by hiring someone else, right? And that's what happened. Or maybe something happened with the script and I had it was resolved by Linden Labs. I don't use Linden Labs to resolve all my problems, but if I really tried everything I can and it doesn't get resolved, I think I contacted Linden Labs twice since February of 2024, right? But just know in your head, if X happens, I'm going to do Y. If Y happens, I'm going to do Z, and that's it. Just have your plan of action and motion, in the back of your head. Hopefully you don't have to use it. 90% of the time you won't have to use it, but just understand you just need boundaries. You have to, and just respect yourself and your nervous system by not overstimulating yourself and getting overexcited about things that you shouldn't be. Just try to go with the flow and let things roll off your shoulders, unless it's something that really, really, really impacts you. Like when I told you about the story about the percentages, that was something that really impacted me, and I had to make a decision, like, did I still want to be friends with this person? What did I think about it? And we're still cool, but it does change the level of trust in the relationship. So that is something that's going to matter 5 years from now, because it's something that you got to work through. But it may not actually matter 5 years from now, but it's something that you got to work through, right? So, but a scripter ghosting me is not something that's going to matter in 5 years, because it's something I could get resolved within 2 weeks or less. Okay. So just wanted to put that out there. All right, number 6, the politics about getting into events. The sad but true thing that everybody knows is that it's not always about your products. It's like who you know. Some events are cliquey, some events are established in SL, and it's the same creators that show up round after round after round. Because, for the event organizers, they have to make money too, and they created a system that they probably want to work. And what do I mean by that? If you have a group of designers that you love and you trust their products and it sells and it brings in traffic, you don't want to rock the boat. And if you like them and if they want to join next month, you just let them automatically join. Some events are like the Grand, for example. They might say every designer must apply every single round because they want to switch it up and keep it fresh. But for event organizer, that's a lot of work. But for events like Uber and maybe Equal 10, who have these long-standing relationships with really amazing creators that they just want to place in the event over and over and over again, this just works for them and it's guaranteed money. So why rock the boat? So that's part of it, right? Like, it just makes sense. It just makes logical sense to do things that way. But I don't think that all is lost. I do think that it's important for you to put yourself out there. I think it's important to network. I think it's important to fill out the applications anyway. And it's important for you to keep doing what you're doing, because what is luck? Opportunity meets preparation. Let me give you an example. I was walking through the Grand, and I realized that there were some booths that were free. So I hit up the event organizer, and I showed her my Instagram of how I promote my own products. And I cross promote with other designer items too. And I will promote, like, I didn't say I was going to promote the event, but that's what I'm showing. Like, this is the quality of my work. These are the reels that I produce, my own commercials that I produce in order for my brand to have visibility. And it's not bad stuff. I'm like a new unknown creator, but it's not terrible items, right? And the person looked at it, and I guess they must have agreed with me because they gave me a chance. And guess what, guys? That event has, I was like, I knew that it was a bigger event and it had more traffic, but I didn't expect to make as much money as I've made. And this is going to lead to this because you don't always make money at events. That's number 7. Protecting your energy, having boundaries, right? This is what I was talking about. Don't be desperate. You don't have to join everything. I have been events, like I went in an event for, a person because it's my friends, and I'm thinking like all her friends are in there, so this event is gonna be good because this person has personal stake in this event. You know what I mean? Like, all their friends are there. I'm a friend, I'm in there. And I know if my friends are in something, I want to show out. Like, I don't want you to lose your money. I don't want my friends to be mad. I don't want to lose my friends or anything like that. And I think, this person tried the best that they could. But what I didn't like is that they were given advice on how to promote, and there was just common things most event organizers do, like they pay Seraphim or they pay some advertisement, they invest some money in certain things to make sure the event is a success. In my personal opinion, it doesn't make a fact. I don't think that 100% of the resources or advice given was used to ensure that the event was a success. I sold 2 items at the event. Could it be the product? Probably, but I'll find out because I just released it at the sales event because my son got me into that event. So I'll let you guys know shortly. And if I'm wrong, I'll eat crow and take back my words, right? But the thing is this. Not every event you're going to make money at. I've been at, I remember, I'm going to talk about, okay, I'm not going to name any names or events, right? I've been at events a monthly event that I've done several times, and I only made money once. Like good money one time. Other times I put products in there, I didn't make one single sale. And I just think the traffic is not there. And I think maybe the event organizer's attention is too scattered, right? Because I don't think 2 things could be done at once. Maybe the monthly event as well as the weekend event. That's quite possible, right? And so that's 2 events that I've been in where it was not good. So what's my advice there? I know that it's hard to get into like these main street events. It would be a dream of mine to get into the Saturday sale, Happy Weekend, 50 Linden sale, something like that, because they have so much visibility. And I know a lot of event organizers, and I have event organization experience myself. It's hard, guys. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of work. If I were running an event, because Seraphim is not what it used to be. Remember, Seraphim used to take pictures of all the products and post it? Nope. Now you got to take pictures of your own products, and it's still not even a guarantee that you're going to get there. And you got to link it to your Facebook or your print feed or whatever in order for people to see the gallery. There's no guarantee. Things are not as easy as it once was, right? And then there are some places like Seraphim that actually charges you. So there are a couple things. Like, you want to promote on, I think it's Sugar or something, and then there's Essential Inventory, there's Seraphim. There, depending on the price, there's like Fab and Free. You could promote if it's under 65 or 75 Linden, you could promote there. You also want to have your Facebook galleries. You want to have that going on. You want to have your Instagram. So imagine managing all this stuff and paying for this stuff, right? Then on top of it, throughout the month, you have to like Equal 10 on Instagram. They're constantly posting one designer or 2 or 3 designers' outfits or products every single day. you know, constantly cycling and posting. And I could imagine what they're doing on Facebook. They have a large presence on Prim Feed, and they're on, you know, Seraphim, and they're on all these other things. Like, event organizer's job is never done. Something Custom 9, the weekend sale, is one of my favorite weekend sales. Something that they do, Custom 9 is old school too. They actually, in their groups, send you out a note card. I've never gone, and you know, I don't really go to Seraphim as much as I used to. I used to like shop on Seraphim. Like, it was my thing to go through it on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday and scour it for hours and hours just to find 1 or 5 items that I liked. But I don't have the time to do it anymore. So the fact that Custom 9 sends out those note cards like they used to do 4 years ago with the textures in it, and I used to make those note cards for my own event. And that is very time consuming, guys. That's not easy. And especially if the creators don't send you the textures, you have to take the pictures and do it yourself. And they send out those note cards, honey. I put that note card up, and throughout the day, I'm just opening, I'm deleting things from the note card, I'm looking. And that is the only event that I shop consistently every weekend and look forward to it. That's my decompression, because they send that note card. So as an event organizer, you have to do all of those things and do it consistently every single week. It's not easy. And you're also relying on your creators to promote their own stuff and bring traffic to the event, because everyone's cross promoting for each other. I've gone in groups for newer events, and I was like, hey guys, if you need help to make a video, to post something on Instagram, I'll film a 20 or 30 or 60-minute clip for you, just so that it brings more traffic to the event and we all might get sales. Like, of course, but nobody takes it because everybody's too busy hustling for the next event. So I wanted to say, you don't always make money, and that's okay. Sometimes you don't make money because it's like poor event organization. Sometimes it's not enough traffic, no matter what the event organizer does. Sometimes you're not posting enough, and sometimes people are just not interested in your product. Every product's not a hit. Sometimes the expense outweighs the profit. Gotcha, rigging, ad boards, it all adds up. So treat early releases as data, and you gotta just test, tweak, and try again. And so that's my list of 7 things that they kind of don't tell you about the creator world. And I hope that you guys found this informative. I hope it wasn't too ranty in some areas. And with that being said, we are exactly 50 minutes into this event. So let's head over. We're going to go to 2 places, guys. Let's go to the grab sale. I keep calling this 65 Linden sale. Let's go to the grab sale, guys. And then after we go to the grab sale, we're going to go to the sales event. It's a weekend event. This is my first time doing it. So guys, can I show you this? How cute is this table? So my family and I had a crab boil. This is from Hy-Vee. It is so cute, guys. I love it. I think it's amazing for the summertime. So let me just sit here and show you this. So you just sit here. The animations are in the chair. So this is like the female social. So you're just talking and smiling and just having a great time with your friends. I can see myself using this for a video. This is the crab breakdown, where you're like, okay, I got to get rid of the doggy. Aw, bye. Where you're like breaking the crab legs and stuff, and it like falls to the ground. You guys see that? I swear to God, I feel like Bars, who's the creator of Hy-Vee, she's like my spirit animal. If I had her skill set and stuff, the things that she creates are the same things I would create, because she's so quirky and creative. And this is like you cracking the crabs. This is a snapback. And this is like a dip me baby. So you're dipping it in the sauce. And I don't know if you guys can hear the sounds. Okay. Eating that lobster. I love this, guys. And then we have Snappy Hour, where you're just drinking a beer. So this is one of my favorite things, guys. And the itis, because you're so full. Ugh. Oh my god. It was so good though. Oh my gosh. Yummy. All right. Love it. Okay, guys. So that's that. Let's go to the 65 Linden sale, or actually let's go. You guys, I'm going to do a video on like how to do your Firestorm AO, like this right here, where you do your stands and your walks and your runs, because I just changed my walk. Look at this. I love it because it's like confident, I think. But I definitely need to like, okay, let me show you my other walk. I was like, I like this walk too. I think it's sexy. Look at the booty, y'all. I got this from EXO, but we'll do a whole video. I have to organize it. Okay, guys, look at this walk. Oh, wait, not run, walk, honey. Look at the butt. You see that? That's a sexy walk. It's kind of stiff in the front, but it looks good from the back. I'm going to use that for a video. Okay, so let's go to the 60. I actually want to go to the sales event. So let's go over there really quick. We're just going to twirl the camera through. We're not going to cover it because I just took an hour of your time. So, not inventory, y'all. Teleport history. Let me put the camera in my face. Don't look at my cat room, guys. I'm breeding cats. I don't know what I'm doing. Child, I don't know how I got into this mess. Wait, that's okay. That's my mother-in-law. I thought she was like hitting us up. Okay, so world teleport history, sales. Let's go to sales room event. So my son was invited to the, oh, they're still setting up, guys. They're still setting up. Here's what I'm selling here. And then my Ozempic. Because people seem to like the Ozempic. And I'll just give you guys a sneak peek of what else is going to be on sale. But everyone's still setting up, guys. And I think everything is no more than 99 lindens. That top is cute, like the mock turtleneck. And then some summertime bestie poses. It looks like phone cases. Some plushies. It looks like there's going to be some shapes in here. Ooh, visitor number 444. Okay, so when I see this angel number 444, to me it means like your ancestors are with you. That's what I see it as. Like I read it once and I don't know, I always find it very comforting whenever I see that. I either heard it on a YouTube video or I read it one time. All right, and then we have like from Kansar Us, we have like this brawn panty set. It's like more of like a bathing suit set that they're still setting up here. Oh, or is it just an outfit? That is very bootylicious. Bougie brawn panties available in 8 colors, 90 linden. So that's what that's going to be. So this is going to be really affordable. And there's some really big names. Like we see Solstice here. I don't know this brand, Shelly's. So this is Shelly's here. I like the dress. I think that's actually pretty cute. Let's see what else is here. This is my son's booth. I helped him create it. He's selling all his. I'm so proud of my son, guys. He bought these little Yachty inspired Concrete Boys shoes, which everybody's going crazy about in in TikTok. He brought it in Worlds and everybody's going nuts. He's got to pull this out just a little bit. There we go. It was like blinking with the wall. Okay, so look what he's selling. These are the pose packs, like the money pose packs you see everybody doing on Instagram. That's him and his beautiful wife, Kenzie. And these are some of the prop items that come with the stuff. I'm so proud of him, you guys. Like, you have no idea. This is my little grand Kai, one little Kai. He's so raggedy, guys, but I love him so much. That's Mac's favorite. That's his favorite grandchild. And then the slime poses. If you guys follow me on Instagram, I know that you guys have seen the slime poses. So this is Born in Poverty. That's his brand, BIMP. BIP, sorry guys. Let's go to the back room and see what else is there. Who's set up? Okay, I don't see many people setting up yet. I don't even know when this opens, guys. If they have extra booths, I might ask for extra one. But now let's go over to the 65 Linden or the grab sale. I gotta stop calling it the 65 Linden. Let's go to grab sale. Grab. I felt bad because I didn't give you guys communication. I felt bad because I didn't give you guys a video this week, and I just don't like to. Oh, it's dark here. It is actually the okay. So I think call is too bright, but we'll stay here for a second. Okay, guys, this is my booth. I brought back the throwable purses, so I'll show you guys. I think this is too bright. What do y'all think? Okay, so this is my monogram multicolored karma clutch. And this is how it works. You just throw it at somebody. A HUD pops up here on the corner. Let me see if the HUD pops up. Yeah. So a HUD pops up on the corner. You select the name and you could throw the purse at someone, or you could just hold it like this and look cute. It is a really cute accessory item. Look at old school Mac and Mousy. We were so in love. Not to say we're not now, but it's just like, you know, we've been through a lot of ups and downs, but like I these days, like, even though Mac was really mad at me that day, but he always shows up to support because I made him change into these pink pants and stuff like that to take these pictures. But when I tell you, like, those days between Mac and I were really magical. Like, before, I don't know how to explain it. Like, before, you know, sometimes things, like, we're all human beings. Like, I've disappointed him, he's disappointed me, and then we've also had a lot of weird SL interference in our relationship at times. And yeah, but this was before a lot of that stuff. It was just pure, just us, just connecting and getting to know each other and vibing. And so when I look at those pictures, like, of us in the beginning, hold on a second, I'm gonna go back. When I look at those pictures of us in the beginning of our relationship, and like the beginning of us like building our brands and stuff, me just coming back, I didn't have anything, he was just starting to, like, it just makes me like a little teary because it was like so pure. Like, I don't know how to explain it. It was just like pure, genuine, and just like love, like just love and connection and bonding. All right, anyways, so now we're at Republic and we're looking at bodysuit. It's the Keisha set, one-piece bodysuit with the purse. And it's 99 Linden. I love the colors. I don't like the long sleeves because it's summer, but these are some of the color swatch option. These are the shoes that goes with it, and then some purses that you can get. And all of this stuff is 99 Linden a piece, and or in 270 the regular pack. And then you could also just click on the fat packs. They are discounted. Oh, okay, hold on. That's the nude heel. What about the fat pack? Hold on. 550 for the fat pack, so around 500 lindens if you want just everything. And then we have the Clappers Dance on sale from EA. And I'm gonna take off my AO. Whoa, get it girl, get it girl. Okay, so that's one dance option. This is my favorite. This is slightly different. I have so many variations of this dance, guys. I don't have this one though, so I'm gonna grab that. This is like my favorite dance, to the point I feel like I need to stop doing it. Thunderbolt, I didn't get, like, I don't like what it does to the hips, so I'm not gonna get that. That's okay. Joestar. I don't think I ever seen the Joestar ones. I don't like them though. I just don't like what it does to the body. Okay, so this, I think the magic is going to be from behind. I ate too much. That's why I got a little tummy today. I bought this at the 50 Linden event, this outfit that I'm wearing, and then the shoes also at Lyrium. So these are some of the dances that are on sale. Let's try this one. A lot of these we've seen. This is supposed to be new. Should I get closer, guys? Okay, we'll just stand. Just come try the dances if you're interested in them. Let me put my AO back on. And then let's continue. I'm going to reset my body skeleton as well. So appearance, reset, skeletal animations, okay? Guys, I know you're probably wondering why I don't film this event earlier. The reason I don't film it earlier, because a lot of times people are not, like, they're working, so they don't get set up till like Saturday or so. So that's the only problem. So I have to wait a little bit, right? So that's why I wait a little to sell it, because people are not always all the way set up. So that's why a lot of times I gotta wait till Sundays. And I also have family here, which is crazy because I did have the house empty today, but then my cousin just got here and I was like, let me just film it before she just like starts watching TV and gets settled in. So this is Allure Couture. We have a skirt, some stockings, and off the shoulder sweater. I think that's really cute. And then we have the Darcy outfit with these really short shorts and off the shoulder shirt and these pattern colors. And this is all 65 Linden. I think that's a decent, really great price. And I think it comes with the shoes too. You can't really beat that. And here you go. If you like it, come get it. I don't think it would be a bad thing to add to your arsenal, especially the sweater, because you could wear this with jeans, and I definitely see you getting a lot of use out of it. Okay, and now we're at Gold Square. We've seen this dress before, the Esma dress. The Esma dress is bad, you guys. Like, this dress is really pretty. I don't think I am wearing Alpha. I don't think it would be such a hardship to show you guys this dress. This dress is really beautiful. I bought the fat pack. If you didn't have a chance to get this dress, Esma, let me see. I think it's 1S. ESMA. If you didn't get a chance to get this dress, 10 out of 10 highly recommend. So let me just show you guys what it looks like. So let's add that. But I want to just prepare. Okay, and this dress has a HUD, so you could wear it in different colors. Let's get the HUD out. And then I don't know who made this outfit that I'm wearing. So this is my Mother's Day chain. So this is the Jack Spoon bodysuit I got at the 50 Linden event sale. Oh no, I am wearing an Alpha. That sucks. If I knew I was wearing an Alpha, I wouldn't have tried it on, but since I'm already here, let's just commit. Let's take that off. I forgot. I thought I wasn't. But guys, this is what the dress looks like. Isn't that pretty? Black. And this color. So if you haven't had a chance to get it, just make sure you guys could come grab it. It's like, I think it's like only 99 Linden. So it's a really good price and it's really pretty. And there's also like AOs here. Thankfully it's being tested. And the AO is 90 Linden. So that's a crouch. Fly, jumps, twirls, sits. Very nice. Thank you. I have to go to Get Rich to get that. And now we have I Am Her. And this is kind of a similarly styled dress, but it just has lattice in the front and paneling. That's really cute. These are the color options that's here, and the dress is only 99 lindens. So this is super affordable. If you guys want the fat pack is 999 lindens and only 750 if you're part of the group. Wow, so I wonder what's happening here. Or maybe a booth is missing, I'm not really sure. And this is Shapes by Body. Like I said, Shapes by Body, I've told you guys this in the past, is usually super expensive. So if you can get the shapes at a discounted price at this event, I would highly recommend it. And I'll just go in. There's a stud shape for K. If you like that, come get that. There's the rainbow fanny packs. Let's make that smaller. Hold on a second. The Nisha shape, and this is for the Brianne head and Cooper body. There's a spider crawling up the wall, guys. Brianne head for Cooper as well, praline skin tones, and then this bikini. All right, we're gonna go quick, guys. All right, I think, oh, these are the wrong shoes. Hold on a second, guys. Let me just get the other ones. Oh, don't you hate when you save your outfit and then you don't save it with the right shoes? Something told me to like double check, but I didn't. Okay, so Lyrium. I have so many things for them. I don't know if it was Lyrium or Lunar. That's the crazy part. Maybe it's Lunar. I don't even remember the name of it. You know what, guys? I'm just not going to wear shoes. Should I go mid? Oh, I'm already at mid. I think I could find it if I put medium in. Hold on a second, guys. I should be able to find this relatively easy. Yes. This is the demo, and this is the one I ended up wearing. Yep. And let's just do this. Pinky, just to fix the toenails. So it's mid 2. It's hard to find like the toenails for this. Cancel, not delete. Let's just. I'm so confused. I just want to detach it. Okay, there we go. Okay, perfect. And I have the dog in my hand, right? Let me just save this really quick, guys, just so I don't have to worry about it again. Like not having the right shoes on. Okay, so there we go. Sorry about that, guys. All right, so basic AQ female, they're selling 21 animations and poses. So there's another pose shop here. These poses are that one's okay, but they're kind of stiff though. That one's okay. I think this one's cute. I don't know if they're full perm or not, or if they're transferable. I can't tell by looking at the ad, so just definitely contact the creator. There's some walks here. That is, okay, that's a decent sit. Look how cute my dog is. That's a decent sit. I like that one. So there's some bangers in here. You just gotta look through it, okay? And then we have some skins. I'm just going close up. And to buy a skin for 99 linden is a steal. So, and the shade is Sunkiss. So that tells me that should match with the velour skin. So if you need to update your skins, there's one you could try there. And we're almost done, guys. So let's just hurry and go through. We have Drama Llama. Oh, I'm glad to see she's back with kids' clothes. So it looks like some outfits for tweens. And it's for the youth body, tweenie do, and toddly do, the Gen Z hipster. So if you guys need some outfit for your kids, come grab that. I see a lot of empty booths. If you want to promote your own items, definitely come do that. Then we have dolls selling a tracksuit for men for Gianni, Jake, and Legacy. If you want the fat pack, that is going to be 99 linden. So that's definitely a steal. And then we have Flossie with the poses. We've seen them, the She Ate pose, the free gift of the Batty Baby pose, and some shapes. From Munica and Brian and Munica. And then the Kin shape, which is for Cupra and Brian. And we just have this other side. So guys, I did put out a new booth for you guys. This is 100% new mesh exclusive item. And this is my Mousy's Cookout bodysuit and shorts. I have them textured, and look at the back. The back is so sexy, like how it ties up in the back. And there's these cute shorts that slit up the sides. It's for Reborn, Muneka, Cleavage, Cupra, and Legacy. And here are the color swatch options. So the leopard ones, whether it's the green or pink cheetah, is 99 lindens, the white cheetah as well. And then I gave you guys a nice little set. So this is 350 lindens for the bodysuit and shorts in the solid colors, and you get all the bodies here as well as the neon prints for the summertime. I also put out the Hello Kitty keychains that I made, and I left it so you could see the mesh and texture quality, and a GIF so that you could see how that works. One I'm actually selling for only 65 linden, and then my Slow Zempic, you could buy the Ozempic. It does work. It's also a decor item where you could give yourself a shot. We have Sasha's World with these bikinis, and then a belly chain. And then we have sandals as well. Dior inspired sandals. And then we have Wildlands, a cutout dress here, and also a sweetheart neckline tube dress. Okay. Then we have I Am Her Again, with kind of like a halter bodysuit cutout strappy dress, and then some tanks with panties. And then we have the Happy Pride Day bear. Okay, and then some shoppers. And the YSL Pride Day handbag. And I'll just get in a little closer, and these will all be 99 lindens. I'm gonna take you guys to the Grand to see my my booth as well. And this is I Am Her. I actually like this. This is super cute. I don't want to take off my clothes again, guys. I don't know. I never know what colors to get. I like this. My eye is drawn to this. It's only 99 linden. I feel like I would have got the fat pack would have been better in this. I definitely like how it looks on the model for sure. And I'm just gonna get the one with daisies. I'll try it on for you guys. It shouldn't be like so labor intensive since I have like the right stuff saved now. Let's do the really light one because that seemed to be cuter to me. Except pull up right now. I got what you need. And I think this is Where is the bodysuit, guys? Jack Spoon. There it is. Wow. That's actually really nice. I like this. The, all right, we'll keep this on. That's cute. I kind of like my bodysuit too, but this is actually quite nice. I don't mind this. I feel like the hip is a little low, but it's really nice. All right, so we have Kitty Scout, and she's selling what looks to be a skirt and a tank top and a mesh top as well. The tops are bought separately. The transparent items are in the second row. You have the stripes and then the solids. And this looks like to be for Pride Day, and you have to buy all these pieces separately, 99 cents each. And also the underwears, and then we have some Pride inspired nails as well. Okay, and then we have Y2K Cosmetics. Did she literally put out the same exact booth? Okay, guys, I'm not going to cover this because you've seen this booth a million times. I'll just, I'm not going to, here. I thought this was like she returned it, but it's the same booth that's been up for a couple weeks now. If you didn't get a chance to buy the eyes or makeup or things like that, definitely go get it. And it's the same thing with my booth. I'm not going to cover it, but it's the same games, like the emoji, the gender reveal, and like the birthday games. Okay, guys? Throws a rock. That's Zula. He wants me to do a podcast with him, but I'm not going to do it today. Hey guys, well, thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you for being here. I'm sorry to film so late. I'm just not really sure when this is going to be set up. And that's it. And that's all. Have a great day. Protect your energy. I'll talk to you guys next week. Bye.